Today is April 17th, 2018, and it's really positive energy today. It adds up to a 32-5, which is the Six of Wands, which is that success and attention and just real achievement in your life, right? 32-5, 5 is change, freedom, sex, vacations, all of that change energy causes conflict. Okay, so it's stirring things up a bit today, but in a really positive way. The 3-2 is the feminine energy of the 2 on the inside, the natural mediator working through the 3 on the outside, and the 3 is the smiley, happy-go-lucky, expressing themselves type person, really, joyful on the outside, and that comes through as this 5 energy, the Six of Wands. The day today is 17, which is the star, which is all about your hopes and dreams coming true. And the 2 together are basically shining your light. So after this major transformation of energies yesterday, we're coming out into the clearing today. You felt it the past couple days. The 15th was really, really windy and stormy. And then yesterday, again, just the energy was really intense. And then today, it's starting to clear now with this light coming through. We're not in the clear quite yet, but the energies are shifting, which is great. So today, so early this morning after midnight, I ended up watching The Postman. So that was the second time it came up because I had actually gone to the post office that morning, which I don't do all the time. And in that, I don't know if you've seen The Postman. I didn't actually watch it to the end because it was on really late. But it was about the divine masculine coming into his own and really understanding his worth. That he doesn't have to fake it, that he's made it, basically, at this point. To be his real, authentic self. So then I get into my read and just kept getting information coming out of the read for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. But last night I was getting energy that the divine masculine was actually starting to get the energy stealing thing, which was really important. And even if he had an inkling about it before, it's like it's being confirmed now that he really does understand how that's been working. He's beginning to understand the technical things about this process. So make sure you get some kind of exercise today, especially after all of these heavy energies over the past few days, just to release it and get it out of your body. Make sure you drink a lot of water as well. I then did my sand art this morning, which you're actually seeing in front of you. This was the last picture, and I wanted to show you a couple of the other shots of it because I had got so many messages from it this morning. This is the picture of it just before this last one. You see how there's that blue up top and that little reversed heart in the blue? So that's the divine feminine heart reversed. Okay, and then you see that big heart in the sand just below it. And as they mesh together, they fit perfectly. And then the heart that's reversed on the top actually disappears. And then you end up with just the bubble inside the heart. So it's like 2 hearts is 1, which also comes up again. So I'll talk about that in a minute. And let me just show you one other picture there because there were so many of them, but let's see here. I want to show you what it looked like in the beginning, so where we were, the energy that it was starting from, because it wasn't dark like this in this position too. There's a lot of sunlight shining in on it. So let's see what we got here. So when it first started out, this is what it looked like. So the heart underneath the sand wasn't a heart yet, but you see all that blue sparkle. That's what it actually ends up looking like, not black like you see it on the screen right now. And you see how my hand reflected in there too? That was bringing the the human into the energy of this sand, and really emphasizing that the 3D human is now becoming the etheric. So it's the fading away of the 3D, okay? So if you have any, if you get any downloads yourself about the sand art that I'm showing, please say so in the comments, and make sure to share with others if you see something that's important, because everyone sees their own downloads. And the more people who open up their abilities to their downloads, you know, the better, because we need to share all this information, which is why I keep coming in every day this week to give you these messages. I'm not supposed to keep them to myself. I'm supposed to share them. So in the sand art, so the first thing I got was 2 as 1. I also saw the spine and the iliac crests of the hips, mimicking the spine and the wings. And Batman came up at that point. The human now becomes the etheric. Man is now, I see a man now holding a Batman mask. So it comes up again in a totally different way, Batman. So the divine masculine is literally taking his mask off. Batman and Robin, alter egos, the Bat Cave, drones, hovers, ETs, connecting to humans, night and day, light and dark, stamp of approval, and then I literally got hands across water, water, hands across the sky. Okay, so this is very profound energy. Then I see a wishbone, so it could be more ancient findings at the bottom of the sea or at Niagara Falls. But then I see a man bearing his ass, creates a safe haven as the divine feminine tidies up, wrapping it up in a bow, so tying things up in a nice, perfectly neat bow, a nice, clean package. But is it real? Because now the divine feminine may not believe it if it looks too perfect, like if the divine masculine is trying to pawn it off as this perfect life, right? So some caves will be protected and some not. Some that were protected of the caves will no longer be protected. As the shadow aspect leaves, you become one heart, so 2 hearts that beat as one. I then also saw the Eiffel Tower, and then received the My First Love song, My Love, 2 hearts that beat as one, our love has just begun. That's First Love from the movie First Love, which is really beautiful if you haven't seen it. And it's, I didn't even think about the story, but bringing up the movie, My First Love, it's all about how the divine masculine screws up. He can't possibly screw up any worse, and then she still ends up loving him. And then I got, and Spirit's connecting with me, then I got treasure hunt, that you're going to be going on a treasure hunt, like the divine masculine is going to leave you little clues to follow. And then I just literally got going on a treasure hunt to listen to the words of it. X marks the spot. 3 lines down and a question mark, with a pinch and a squeeze and a tropical breeze, and Bloody Marys, Bloody Marys, Bloody Marys. Gotcha. Okay, so tell me what you get from that. So then I started getting codes in my card read. I was guided to call a twin flame friend for aid, and thinking that it was aid for me, that I'm supposed to connect with them because there's something I need to find out from them. It ended up being, it was the divine masculine reaching out to the divine feminine for comfort, because I was actually being guided to call them, and I ended up calling at 10:10 exactly, as they were in the middle of a tower moment, okay, asking for real, human 3D help as opposed to angelic help. So this is the masculine energy needing to allow the divine feminine to comfort them, allow them to come in. Don't tell them to come in or try to force their will. It's the process of allowing the Divine Feminine to comfort them, and then the Divine Feminine not judging and just being there for them. The High Priestess has the keys, so the Divine Feminine has the keys. The Knight of Wands, as the Divine Masculine, has been just thinking too much, and this is why they're going to this tower moment, because these energies have been so intense. Feeling the pain of divorce to finally clear the last bits and pieces, which bits and pieces comes from, what's that movie called? Bridesmaids, where the cop always says bits and pieces. So if that resonates with you, let me know, because that's the first thing I thought of when I heard bits and pieces. So the High Priestess or the Divine Feminine has the keys to compassion. Reunion energies are all twisted up right now. It's like the body parts are misplaced, like when you make a wish, that wishbone that I saw in the sand, when you pull it apart, you're pulling bones apart.